So first my phone died, and then my phone said it was out of storage. So here we go on attempt number 3. Hi, my name is Nathaniel Knuckle. I am a 26-year-old Lyft and Uber driver in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I've been doing this for about 6 years, and I've decided to make a promise that this year in 2025, I am going to become a full-time rapper, singer, songwriter, and content creator because, quite frankly, I don't have another choice. The writing is on the wall for me. Sooner than later, rideshare is going to be completely dominated by autonomous vehicles. I don't know if it's going to take a year, 3 years, 5 years, or 10, but sooner than later, I will not be able to make money driving people around. Moreover, I don't have a traditional education. I went to Slippery Rock University for a year after graduating from North Allegheny High School in 2017, but I didn't like it very much because I went to be a high school history teacher mostly because I didn't have a better plan, because I didn't want to pay to go to a state school like Purdue, Penn State, Ohio State, etc. And I figured I might as well go to university because everybody else was. So I went, and I didn't like it because I wasn't very social, because I was more focused on writing music than my studies, and because the career path for a history teacher did not suit my grandiose ambition that I was possessed by at the age of 19. So I dropped out. I dropped out after almost getting kicked out for throwing parties and doing drugs and all of that college stuff. I dropped out. And I discussed all of this in my most popular video about the brutal realities of being a college dropout. If you are a college dropout, you know. If you're not, it may enlighten you, because I do not pull any punches. Like, I don't pull any punches in my music or in any of my videos, anything that I do, because my whole brand is real always wins. My mentality is real always wins. My message is real always wins. I stand by it in everything I do, but I don't have an education. I don't have anything to lean on. I don't have connections. I don't have people in the business or finance space that could get me a job, that could be a little bit more lenient with me because they know me. I don't have any nepotism to fall back upon. I don't have any money to fall back upon. Yeah, I went to North Allegheny, one of the best high schools in America. I was raised in what I told my parents at the time was the safest neighborhood on planet Earth. I don't know if that's statistically true, but anecdotally, it certainly was. But it didn't come from money. My family has never been wealthy. There really aren't any wealthy people in my family. I have to make it on my own. I don't have a trust fund. I don't have some backing. I can't raise money from investors that share the same blood as me. That isn't going to work. My mom is not going to hand me down anything. My dad's not going to hand me down anything. Certainly not. And that's fine, because what was more important was the fact that I had both of them, that I had their love. That was far more valuable to me. That's what I'm more grateful for. But with that's a trade-off. The trade-off that I do not have a safety net. I do not have a cushion. I couldn't afford to take a year off and travel in Europe after dropping out of college to pursue music. I couldn't afford to do that. I can't afford to do it now. Well, I could, but it's something that would set me back more than push me forward. In any case, the writing's on the wall for me. I have to get this done, because even though Lyft and Uber changed my life, it allowed me to go from nearly broke to a place where I have investments. I'm building my net worth. I'm building my balance sheet out. I know that it's going to come to an end. And it's a shame because, like I said, this changed my life. Whenever I was 21 years old, I was able to scrape together the little money I had to put a down payment down on an Acura ILX. I took that Acura ILX and I worked endlessly to pay it off. Once I paid it off, I had to sell it because, well, I decided to start a business in Nashville, Tennessee that did not work very well. It did not make any money. And eventually I had to sell the car to pay up on the rent. I talk about that in my song, Hardly Be the Same. You can find that on any streaming site you could possibly imagine if you want a raw and authentic story about life and about growing up and getting older and how things change, but at the same time, they stay the same. And how the future is probably going to be different, but the same at the same time. I talk about that in that song, but I had to sell that car to pay up on the rent. And whenever I came back home, I rented a car through Uber for $300. I made $2,000 in a week after expenses. And And then I was able to bankroll that into putting another down payment on a Honda Civic. I paid that car off in a year after working. And then I leveraged that car into this car that I'm sitting in right now, my 2016 Accord. It changed my life. I had no money. I had no prospects. Not only did I have no degree, but I had no reasonable means to make any sort of bread for myself. And now I have some because of this. And sooner than later, it's going to be ripped out from underneath me. And that's why I've made this promise this year to make it happen, because I'm rapidly approaching 30. By the time this administration's out, I'm going to be 30. I'm going to be eligible to run for Senate. I can't believe I'm saying that. I still feel like I'm an 18-year-old kid. I still feel like I'm a high schooler in terms of my creativity, my childlike spontaneity. I still feel that way. But age is catching up with me. I'm still dealing with a back injury. I don't know if that's ever going to go away. I suffered it last year in March. Don't really know how, but I just tweaked it doing a crossover, and it's been terrible since. It's gotten a lot better. It's gotten a lot stronger, but I still feel it flare up from time to time. Age is a thing, and I'm feeling it ever so slightly, and that's only going to increase with time. And so I know that I have to get this done now, because by the time I'm 27, I am going to die in the spiritual sense. Not like so many of our idols, not like so many of our musicians and stars, like Mac Miller from my hometown, from the Point Breeze, Squirrel Hill area. No, I'm not going to go that way. Rest in peace to all the people that did, particularly Mac, because, well, he's the lifeblood of our city when it comes to creating. I see balloonerism artwork all over the city. Pittsburgh lives and breathes for this guy, and for very good reasons. I think he's the only rapper that really understood the abstract side of art. I really believe that. I hear it in every single piece that he's made. But I'm not going to go that way, because I want to show that the 27 Club doesn't have to be a physical death. It could be a spiritual one. It could be the beginning of the best era of your life. It could be the time where you begin to spread the message you've always been stoking within you, the flame that's always been simmering within you. The 27 can be the age where everything changes, where you connect with the people you never thought you would, but you always knew you could. You find the spouse or the partner that you've always dreamed of. You have the kids that you always thought you would whenever you were 19, but you were uncertain as to how you'd find the person to have them with or how you'd be able to support them. You have them. You find your dream job. You go and live in your dream city. 27 can be that for you. I know it's going to be that for me. Even though I still feel anxious, I still feel doubt, I still feel fear. There are still voices, a plethora of them, a collection of demons and spirits within me that tell me that I'm not going to be able to get this done, that I'm going to fail, that I'm destined to work Uber and Lyft until eventually it gets ripped away from me, and then I have to live on the government dole. I have to eat the black bread like Dostoevsky says in Crime and Punishment. I have to drink the victory gin and smoke the victory cigarettes like Orwell says in 84, and I just have to suck it up. And I have to live with my regret, and I have to live with my shame. There are voices within me that say that, and I'm not going to listen to them, and you shouldn't listen to them either. And if you want to follow along this journey, subscribe to the page, because I'm going to be posting more of these as I go along over the next 8 months until October 29th, 2025, detailing my journey. I'm going to be getting back in the gym, training hoops. I'm training to make 1350 ELO on chess. I'm 977 now. I should have had 1,000 the other day. I squandered the game, and then I lost another one. But I'm going to be posting my journey across all social media. Subscribe if you want to follow along with that. And if you have any fears and doubts about your own journey, about taking a path that is not traditional, that's quote-unquote risky, but one that doesn't seem so risky now with the world all topsy-turvy, with the currency being debased, with governments being overthrown, with tensions rising, with the world order shifting underneath our feet, the sands gyrating. Comment those below, because I want to have a community where we're honest and authentic and real. Like I said in the beginning, real always wins. And I stand by that till the day I die, till the day I pass on to do whatever's next. So with that, I say God bless. I'll see you in the next video. Much love. This is Nathaniel Knockle, otherwise known as the New Da Vinci.